Hey there! Today I want to talk about one of the most important steps Noom has you do right at the start. Something that might seem simple at first, but it ended up being one of the most powerful parts of my entire journey. Defining your big picture, or YBP. Today I'm walking you through exactly what that is, why it matters so much, my own experience, and a quick tip so you don't lose your answers like I did. Let's get into it. One of the first things Noom guides you through is a short quiz to define your long-term goal and your true motivation. They call it Your Big Picture, or YBP, and it shapes the whole experience in the app, your lessons, your coaching. But here's a word of caution before you start. Once you finish the lesson, Noom doesn't let you go back easily and review your answers later, unless you save the lesson when you originally do it. When I wanted to revisit mine for this video, I couldn't find it. And after some internet digging, I learned that since I didn't save it during the original lesson, I couldn't access it now. So if you're about to do this, pause and make sure you save the lesson while you're doing it. So let me tell you how it went for me. And remember, I couldn't access the lesson, so this is just my recollection. The quiz started with a simple question. Why do you want to lose weight? And I thought, oh, well, that's easy. I want to lose weight before my daughter's wedding. So I typed that in and click next. And then it asked me again, oh yeah? Why is that? And that's when I started picturing that moment. All eyes on the bride and her father as they walk down the aisle toward the altar. And I wanted to feel confident and present in that moment and not self-conscious. So my answer was, so I look better when I'm walking her down the aisle. And I typed that in. And then it asked me again, oh, okay. But why? And when I took the focus off of that singular moment in time and really looked at my overall reason, my true motivation, that soul searching led me to my ultimate why. So I feel better about myself. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. For me, losing weight meant I would feel better about myself mentally and emotionally by looking and feeling better physically. This was a vulnerable place to be in that moment because, everyone tells you you shouldn't let your weight or your appearance define you. But I think for a lot of us, it's true. And just like that, it was out there in the open. And it became my true and honest daily motivation. It felt good to see I stayed within my nutritional goals for the day. It felt good to go from barely walking a quarter mile to jogging 2 miles. And it certainly felt good when I saw the scale tick downward toward my goal. So when Noom asks you to do this, I really encourage you to take your time to think it through. Dig deep. Be honest, even if it's a little vulnerable in that moment. For me, getting to that deep why changed everything. It's not just about the number on the scale. It's about the feeling and purpose behind every step. And that ultimate why can become the quiet voice that keeps you going on your tough days. So, to recap what we covered today, Noom guides you early on through a short quiz to define your big picture, your ultimate why that shapes your whole experience in the app. It's worth taking your time because it uncovers the deep motivation that keeps you showing up. I shared how mine went for me, and that soul searching led to so I feel better about myself, and how that became my daily anchor. And don't forget to save that lesson while you're doing it so you can go back and check it later. Remember, this is not medical advice. Always consult your doctor before starting any weight loss program. And what worked for me may be different for you. If any of this resonated today, drop a comment below. What's your personal why for this journey? Or if you've already done the YBP quiz, what did you discover? I read every comment and I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss next Wednesday's video at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're just getting started on this together. Thanks for watching. And remember, if I could do it, you can do it too. One honest why at a time. See you soon.